Hello and welcome to Spectrum News. I am Rachel David White, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Tinubu pulls FCT out of TSA. Reps pass Nigeria Audit Service Act. Plus, Hamas rejects Israel order to evacuate North Gaza. We'll bring you details of the stories and more in a moment. First, in the news this afternoon is a report that President Bola Tinubu has pulled the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) out of the Treasury Single Account (TSA), effectively paving a way for the Nyesom Wike-led FCTA to utilize the territory's internally generated revenue (IGR) for the development of the nation's capital. At a news conference today in Abuja, Wike also disclosed that the president has approved the creation of the FCT Civil Service Commission to allow for staff career progression. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of new chief executive officers of several agencies and parastatals under the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, including the Industrial Training Fund, Corporate Affairs Commission and Standards Organization of Nigeria. This was disclosed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalale. In a statement today, he said the appointments are in line with Tinubu's resolve to base Nigeria's economic revival on the foundation of trade expansion through small, medium and large-scale industry facilitation in the country. According to Ngalale, President Tinubu expects all new appointees in the critical sector to optimally deliver in accordance with new key performance indicating benchmarks as established by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. Away from that, the Vice President, Kashim Shettima, has assured the industrialists around Agwara industrial clusters in Ado, Odo, and Ota local government area of Ogun State that within the next 4 months, the problem of epileptic power supplied to the area would become history. He reiterated the determination of the federal government under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu to ensure adequate power supply across the country, especially in industrial clusters. The Vice President gave the assurance during the Agwara Business Roundtable held in Agwara, Ogun State. Shettima said it was embarrassing that the Agwara industrial cluster relies on other sources of power supply aside from the national grid, adding that the federal government through the Niger Delta Power Holding Company was committed to ensuring that clusters like Agwara benefit from a cheaper means of generating power in their various factories. In a separate development, the United Arab Emirates UAE has expressed readiness to partner with the federal government in tackling humanitarian and poverty challenges in Nigeria. The UAE ambassador to Nigeria, Salem Al-Shamsi, made this known when he led a team from the embassy and Noor Dubai Foundation to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation in Nigeria. The envoy, who described the relationship between his country and Nigeria as symbiotic, said Nigeria remains a strong ally of UAE and the Arab Emirates would continue to partner with Nigeria in key areas like humanitarian aid, job creation, nutrition, healthcare development, and poverty alleviation. Responding, the Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betaidu, applauded the government and people of the United Arab Emirates for their timely interventions in critical sectors in Nigeria, noting that the president has a great plan to eradicate poverty under his 8-point agenda and has begun full implementation. From the Green Chambers now, where the House of Representatives today passed the Nigeria Audit Service Bill, thereby repealing the Audit Ordinance of 1956, establishing along with its Federal Audit Board as well as approved additional powers and functions to the Auditor General of the Federation. Reports say when the bill came under the scrutiny on Thursday, 12 October 2023, various contributions and amendments were injected into the law during a committee of the House presided over by Benjamin Okezie-Kalu. In its introductory remarks, the Majority Leader of the House, Professor Julius Ihonvbere, said the bill was part of efforts to erase colonial inheritance, make it in compliance with relevant sections of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. According to Ihonvbere, who represented the bill, which is rolled over from the Ninth Assembly, the need to effect the changes has become expedient to give the board the importance and independence, impartiality, and create an enabling environment needed for it to effectively discharge its statutory responsibilities. Meanwhile, Nigeria before now was the only country in Africa out of the 54 countries without audit law. In another development, the Police Service Commission (PSC) has invited interested Nigerians to apply as constables. The Commission, in a statement today, also invited applications for enlistment as artisans into specialized fields in the Nigeria Police Force. It said the application portal will be open from 6 weeks from October 15 to November 26, 2023. The specialized fields include medical assistant, veterinary assistant, band section, communications or info technology specialist, driver or mechanic, marine plumbers, masons, painters, tilers, electricians, welder and carpenters. The statement added that applicants must be of Nigerian origin by birth, must possess the National Identification Number (NIN) and must possess a minimum of 5 credits in not more than 2 sittings in WAEC or NECO or its equivalent, with credit passes in English and mathematics. Back here at the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly yesterday directed a matter of urgent public importance on the invasion of Akpa Fukim community in Oran local government area to the Committee on Boundary and that of Internal Security to work in synergy to salvage the dire situation in the area immediately and bring succor to the people. Presenting the matter on the floor of the House, the Oran State Constituency representatives, Dr. Idoro Bongetem, sought that the House should intervene in the situation and direct relevant agencies of government to ensure restoration of normalcy in the affected region. The Speaker of the House thus directed the Committee on Boundary Matters and other relevant agencies of government to intervene in the situation. Meanwhile, member representing a Tinan State constituency, Udwari Beaufort, raised a matter of urgent public importance on an issue of land conflict and massacre in Indonesia. Beaufort, who lamented that this is the second time he will be bringing up the issue on the floor of the House on the mayhems and violence going on in Indonesia and surroundings, such that relevant arms of government involved in security be invited to explain to the House what their plans are to bring this respite to the affected region. Beaufort also pleaded with the government to help the affected communities in terms of compensation.
The continued sacking and massacre in Indonesia too, and recent incursion into Ndongutin. This is the second call, just for the records. After sacking Indonesia community, they moved to Ndongutin and they attacked the village head. They cut the village heads, they cut the head of the village head. If I can say that. They cut his head, I mean, it's sad, you know. But if they can have this brazen impetus to cut a village head, then they put their hands on the seats of authority of the state. And I think that if we allow this trend to continue, we will see by December, Ndonyo, Ndonutum, Otokan, and then hopefully, or not hopefully, somewhere in the Tinan. Realizing that it's our duty to speak for the interest of our constituency.
While in his reaction, the Deputy Speaker Kufredi then frowned at the situation where invitations will be sent to commissioners cleared on the floor of the House on issues of state interest, but they will decline to appear. The Speaker Udemotong later condemned the gory actions of the perpetrators of the mayhem, directed the Chairman House Committee on Security to be proactive in his move towards preserving the lives of citizens in the region. In the meantime, the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly also heard a motion for the construction of Okobodi-Okobo or Ubia Road to restore economic activities to the affected areas. This motion was moved by Okobo State Constituency Representative Basi Pius Basi, who in his presentation on the floor of the House lamented the poor road condition in the area as well as the pause of economic activities in the area hitherto known for its vibrancy. He also said fixing the road will change the narrative that has seen the route being turned to a den of miscreants and hoodlums for perpetration of various nefarious acts.
Worrying that scoundrels and criminals take advantage of this poor road and the non-existence of law enforcement agencies to rob the people using motorbikes, rape young women, cut away valuable belongings of the people, and make life very miserable. Seriously disturbed that if government does not.
The Speaker directed the clerk to write the Governor with picturesque representation of the situation in the area, with the Commissioner works also in the know. Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly also heard a motion for urgent intervention and reconstruction of Mount Carmel Hospital, Akwautong, Afiafia. Leading proceedings, the sponsor of the motion, a member representing Ibesikwa State Constituency, Obong Ata, underscored the importance of health and responsibility of government in ensuring the well-being of citizens. He noted that if the facility is fixed, the people of the area and indeed environs will be spared the pains of traveling afar in search of medical treatments, which sometimes result in other unforeseen tragedies, including accidents. He prayed that construction of the facility will be included in the state's budget, with relevant agencies directed to assess the situation at the hospital and press the intervention work needed to be done.
The attached pictures truly depict the present state of the hospital as a mere skeleton of its former flesh and glory. Disturbed that patients from these local government areas now resort to traveling long distances to St. Luke's General Hospital Anua, even under emergency situations, thus resulting in high mortality rates, especially in accident victims and pregnant women. While my constituents highly appreciate, admire, and applaud the giant strides so far taken by His Excellency Pastor Omoino.
In his submission, the Speaker Odemotong acknowledged that health is very paramount to the state's constituents and directed the clerk of the House to also write to the Governor, Pastor Omoino, to ensure relevant ministries include renovation of the facility in their respective budget for implementation. Meanwhile, a bill for the law to provide for the management of funds accruing to Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly from the consolidated revenue of Akwa Ibom State to ensure accountability, transparency, effective and efficient utilization of the funds and related matters had yesterday been read the third time by the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly and passed into law for assent by the Governor of the state, Pastor Omoino. Leading the debate during second reading of the bill, which was given a celebrated hearing, the sponsor of the bill, Otobong Bob, outlined the general principles of the bill and its importance.
I think considering the urgency and the need for this House to have financial autonomy, I humbly ask of my colleagues to please support this bill to see the light of day, because I think it is one that won't just have immense benefit to the House, it will have immense benefit to the state, because a financially autonomous House will be a stronger House to defend the good people of our private state. So on that note, Mr. Speaker, I humbly ask my colleagues to please support this bill to see the light of day, because I think it is one that won't just have immense benefit to the House, it will have immense benefit to the state, because a financially autonomous House.
In their contributions, members in favor of the bill, led by the Chief Whip Effiong Johnson, followed by the Deputy Speaker, Kufra Basi Edidem, commended the features of the bill, adding that it will, among other things, make funds available for the Assembly's general legislative functions. After a subsequent dissolution of the House into a committee of the whole to consider the bill for the third reading, the Speaker Odemotong made pronouncement of the passage of the bill. Two other bills were read for the first time, including a bill for a law to amend the Akwa Ibom State Agricultural Loan Law Cap 11 by increasing the amount that may be granted as loans to farmers, corporate bodies and cooperative societies for the related matters. The second bill read for the first time was a bill for a law to amend the Akwa Ibom State Cattle Control and Taxation Law Cap 24 laws of Akwa Ibom State by increasing the amount to be charged as tax on every head of trade cattle entering the state and for other purposes connected thereto. And the House was thus adjourned to Thursday, the 9th day of October 2023. 19th, rather. To Africa now, where Kenya's Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki has said that the country will send assessment delegations to Haiti before deploying police officers to address gang violence day. Kindiki also said the officers were equipped to take on Haiti's gangs, as they had been successfully deployed to several countries before, including Namibia, Cambodia, and former Yugoslavia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, and Sierra Leone. He disclosed that police officers were part of the Kenyan security forces currently deployed to the Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia and South Sudan. The Interior Minister, however, said the deployment will happen after passing all the legal requirements, including approval by the Parliament and the Senate. Still to come in the news. Erling Haaland scored twice to keep Norway hope alive in Euro 2024 qualifiers. To stay with us. Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. Over now to our business news. On our business news, the International Monetary Fund said it is closely monitoring the impact of the ongoing Israel-Hamas war that could have on the world economy. The managing director of IMF, Kristalina Georgieva, stated this during a press briefing at the ongoing IMF and World Bank Group annual meetings in Marrakech, Morocco. Georgieva noted that it is too early to say the exact impact on the economy at the moment, but acknowledged the up and down of oil prices. The IMF MD, however, said that the situation is not all good for the world economy, describing it as a new cloud darkening the horizon. According to her, it is the innocent who pays the price for the destructive war. Georgieva said there have been severe shocks that are now becoming the new normal for a world that is weakened by weak growth and economic fragmentation. And health. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is partnering with the National Health Insurance Authority, NHIA, to ensure sustainable access to affordable and acceptable quality medicines for Nigerians. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Majishola Adeyeye, met this known at a joint press conference with the Director General of NHIA, Professor Mohammed Sambo, in Abuja. The NAFDAC noted that under the NHIA Medicine Supply Initiative, 33 drugs would be branded with NHIA inscription and NAFDAC through the Directorate of Registration. She also said that regulatory affairs will ensure the appropriate and adequate labeling of the medicines is done in line with the agency's labeling requirement and in accordance with NHIA guidelines. And sport, Erling Haaland scored twice as Norway passed Cyprus to keep their Euro 2024 qualifications hopes alive, forcing Scotland to wait to seal their place at next summer's tournament. The Manchester City striker hit 2 goals in 7 second half minutes to take his tally. In qualifying to 6, Norway will face Spain in Oslo on Sunday, and a failure to win would ensure Scotland's qualification. Meanwhile, Cyprus have lost all 6 of their Euro 2024 qualifiers. On our entertainment news, American actress and talk show host Jada Pinkett Smith said late rapper Tupac Shakur was her soulmate despite being married to actor Will Smith for 19 years. The mother of two, however, said she and Tupac were not meant to be a couple, stressing that there was no romantic chemistry between them. She said in a recent interview with media personality Crystal Jordan. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You have been watching Spectrum News 4. I am Rachel David White. Good afternoon.